The former CEO of Abercrombie Fitch has pleaded not guilty to more than a dozen criminal charges in just the last few hours related to allegations that he ran an international sex trafficking business.
Mike Jeffries, the former CEO of Abercrombie Fitch, was arrested on sex trafficking charges in an unexpected turn of events. This controversy exposes the shadowy side of the fashion industry, where ambitions of stardom could turn into exploiting nightmares. What happened behind closed doors? Let's dive into the details. But before this, you must subscribe to our channel. A fashion icon turned criminal? Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries faces shocking sex trafficking charges. Stay tuned as we uncover the truth behind this scandal. For more than 2 decades, Mike Jeffries served as Abercrombie Fitch's CEO. He popularized the brand, which is well known among teenagers for its seductive advertisements and luxury appeal. However, recent news has thrown a shadow over this story. Jeffries was arrested on major sex trafficking allegations together with 2 other people. From fashion icon to a scandalous arrest, Mike Jeffries' journey is a wild ride. Let's explore how he transformed Abercrombie Fitch and why it all came crashing down. From 1992 until 2014, Mike Jeffries was Abercrombie Fitch's CEO. He transformed the brand into an international success story throughout his time as CEO. Abercrombie became a popular name for stylish clothing, particularly among teenagers. Jeffries had a unique concept about the brand. He concentrated on developing an image that would appeal to a specific group of youth. Abercrombie Fitch gained fame for its daring marketing under Jeffries' direction. Male models, shirtless and muscular, crowded the stores. The advertisements showed youthful, attractive people having fun in casual situations. In an overcrowded market, this strategy made the brand stand out. Abercrombie became an established brand in American malls as sales skyrocketed. However, success was not without controversy. Jeffries' marketing approach was often criticized. According to his well-known statement, he only wanted the cool kids to wear his outfits. Many potential clients were turned off by this message. Many people thought it problematic because it promoted a narrow idea of beauty and attractiveness. Abercrombie's reputation started to decline over time. The brand struggled to adapt to shifting consumer tastes and fashion trends. By the early 2010s, many young consumers started to embrace broader companies. Sales at Abercrombie began to fall. Jeffries' exclusive focus on a specific group was criticized for being outdated. The company's lack of representation and diversity in terms of size in its advertising drew criticism. Abercrombie tried to change its image in response to the mounting criticism. They promised to be more diverse in their marketing and started selling larger sizes. However, many people believed that these reforms were too little, too late. Jeffries was still under fire for his business choices and management style. 2014, Jeffries resigned as CEO due to dropping sales and increasing pressure. For Abercrombie Fitch, his resignation signaled the end of an era. Even though he had established the company into a strong name, his achievements were eventually overwhelmed by scandals and complaints. The business suffered a setback in its reputation and found it difficult to bounce back in the upcoming years. Mike Jeffries' legacy continued, even after he resigned. He was still connected to the company's contentious history. His marketing strategies and the values he promoted had a long-lasting effect on the business. Even though Abercrombie has made progress, Jeffries' leadership legacy continues. Jeffries' story has taken a darker turn when he was recently charged with sex trafficking. The company that had glorified youth and beauty is now connected to grave claims of exploitation. This remarkable shift has sparked a debate about how exposed individuals are treated in the fashion industry. As we explore this matter further, it's important to consider the consequences for the victims and the industry at large. A shocking arrest recently rocked the fashion world. Let's dive into the disturbing details of the charges against Mike Jeffries and his associates. Mike Jeffries was arrested on October 24, 2023, along with his partner, Matthew Smith, and their associate, James Jacobson. Serious charges of interstate prostitution and sex trafficking have now been brought against these 3 men. According to the allegations, they operated a conspiracy to exploit young males from December 2008 to March 2015. These males were allegedly seduced by the prospect of modeling jobs. Many were at risk and wished the fashion business would give them another chance. Rather, they were drawn into a world of mistreatment and deception. According to reports, Jeffries and his friends hosted lavish parties with beer and drugs. The young males were forced into having intercourse during these occasions. Based to the claims, some were given drugs like Viagra in order to perform. The setting was designed to satisfy Jeffries's and his friends' sexual cravings. The hiring procedure was unfair. One of the partners, Jacobson, is charged with searching for young males in the United States as well as overseas. They would be interviewed by him while pretending to be modeling tryouts. Frequently, these young men had no idea what was going to happen. They were prohibited from speaking out afterward by the non-disclosure agreements they signed. This scandal brings up serious concerns regarding exploitation in the fashion business. Many people were not aware of the dark aspect that is shown by the charges against Jeffries and his colleagues. It is essential to stand behind the victims and pursue justice as the case unfolds. The voices of the victims deserve to be heard. Let's uncover the harrowing experiences of those who fell prey to this shocking scheme. The majority of the claimed victims in this case are young guys, some of whom are only 19. A lot of them aspired to work as fashion industry models. They came from various backgrounds and were frequently either fame-seeking or struggling financially. Because of this weakness, they were easy targets for manipulation. A number of young males have been promised modeling jobs. They were informed they could get parts in high-profile projects or advertisements for Abercrombie and Fitch. Interviews with Jacobson appeared like an opportunity to impress. Instead, these tryouts frequently entailed sexual actions. The victims were misinformed that their participation was a necessary component of the modeling process. They were frequently pressured into participating in activities that they were uncomfortable with. They were warned that their chances of landing a modeling job would be lost if they didn't comply. This sparked fear, which kept many people mute. They felt torn between the brutal reality of the situation and their hopes. The victims have experienced significant psychological effects. Many people have expressed feeling confused, guilty, and ashamed. Since they thought these men were providing them with real opportunities, they trusted them. Instead, they were exploited and betrayed. Some men have battled sadness and anxiety, making it difficult for them to let go of their past. Some victims have started to come forward in recent months. In an effort to increase awareness, they are sharing their experiences. By coming forward, they hope to empower others who might have experienced similar circumstances and end the long-standing silence surrounding these incidents. These brave people are bringing to light the harsh realities of the fashion industry. Their voices are necessary in the struggle for justice. We must pay attention to what they have to say and encourage them on their path to recovery. The more we discuss these problems, the more difficult it is for such abuse to continue. By working together, we can promote a more secure and welcoming workplace for all those involved in the sector. The legal storm is just beginning. Let's explore the serious consequences facing Mike Jeffries and his associates and what they mean for the fashion world. For Mike Jeffries and his co-workers, the legal process has begun. Numerous charges, including interstate prostitution and sex trafficking, are against them. They can be subject to harsh punishments if found guilty. For sex trafficking, this means a minimum of 15 years in prison, with life sentences possible. The U.S. Attorney's Office has made strong statements regarding the case. They explain that taking advantage of weak people is a criminal offense. This instance cautions others in the sector who might believe they can get away with doing similar things. It draws attention to the fashion industry's demand for reform and accountability. In response, Abercrombie & Fitch said it was shocked by the allegations made against Jeffries and is assisting with an independent inquiry. They wish to ensure that they had nothing to do with these actions. Abercrombie is working to fix its reputation and distance itself from the incident. The fashion industry will closely monitor the judicial procedures to determine how this case affects its practices and reputation. The fashion industry faces an end. Let's dive into the larger issues of silence and exploitation this scandal has exposed. The allegations made against Mike Jeffries reveal a problematic fashion industry culture. There is a system of silence and exploitation that many people have long suspected. Young models are frequently under pressure to follow damaging habits out of concern that they will lose their opportunities for success. Calls for accountability and systemic change are becoming louder. Businesses and leaders in the industry are now calling for safer surroundings. They want to make sure that no one feels pressured to sacrifice their morals in order to obtain employment. Establishing a culture that values consent and respect is essential. Hope is on the horizon. Let's explore how we can support victims and bring about real change in the fashion industry. Supporting victims is crucial. They need to feel safe and heard as they share their experiences. Creating safe environments in the fashion industry is essential for future generations. Advocacy for reforms is gaining momentum. Many people are calling for stricter guidelines to protect models. Public awareness plays a key role in preventing future exploitation. The more people know about these issues, the harder it becomes for exploitation to continue. Together, we can create a brighter and safer future for everyone in fashion. This is just the beginning. Let's reflect on what we've learned and how we can make a difference together. That's all for today. In this video, we discussed the serious charges against Jeffries and the impact on victims. We explored the culture of exploitation in the fashion industry and the need for change. Now is the time for all of us to reflect on these issues. I urge you to engage in advocacy for safer environments. Together, we can hold the industry accountable and push for meaningful change. Let's ensure that future generations are protected and empowered. Your voice matters. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.